Hello everyone, it's Teacher Megan here once again and welcome to my channel. For today, I will try to give you a very comprehensive discussion on how we do sentence diagramming correctly. And I will also include in the description box below the links that I used for the references in today's discussion. So you may download the materials also for your own review. So let's get started. Focus on the subject and the verb. In the sentence, the reporter dashed to the fire. First step to diagram is to write a horizontal line and another vertical line. So it's like a cross. Facing the board on our left, we will be writing the subject, and the subject in the sentence is reporter. And the verb in the sentence or the action done by the subject is dashed. So we're going to write dashed here. By the way, it's not yet complete. We will just focus first on the subject and the verb. So this is how we diagram the subject and the verb in the sentence. Again, first step is we have to draw a horizontal line and a vertical line. Facing the board, the left side is where we're going to write the subject, and on the right side, we will be writing the verb. Another sentence is, have you been studying? So first step, draw a horizontal line and a vertical line. The subject in that sentence is you, so we're going to write you here. And the verb is have been studying. So this is considered a verb phrase because this is a verb composed of many words. So have been studying. If you notice, I still wrote capital letter H here because this is the beginning of the sentence. Next example is an imperative sentence or a sentence that gives request or command. Now, this has an omitted subject. Why is it omitted? Because this is already understood. Now, if that is an imperative sentence, listen to me, then that means I am addressing that to the person I'm talking to. Take note, class, that if that is an imperative sentence and there is no written subject, it's automatic that the subject is you. You listen to me. Alright, first step, draw a horizontal line and then a vertical line. Now the subject is you. Since that is understood, we're going to put first open and close parenthesis and write you. And the verb is listen in capital letter because this is the initial word in the sentence. Now, what if there are two or more subjects in the sentence? So this is how we're going to diagram compound subjects. In the given sentence, vines and weeds grew over the well. So we are talking about the vines and weeds, and our subjects are combined using the conjunction and. So still, we draw a horizontal line and then a vertical line. Now, since vines and weeds are our subject and there are two, we're going to have two branches of the subject and we draw it this way. So we have vines here, capital V, and then weeds, the other line. And we draw a dotted line and we write and. This is the conjunction. And the verb is grew. Vines and weeds grew over the well. Another example is this. In this sentence, either Daphne or Teresa plans to go to Thailand. We have Daphne or Teresa and they are combined using a correlative conjunction or conjunction that comes in pairs. Either or, both and, neither nor, etc. Okay, first, draw a horizontal line and then a vertical line. Then since we do have two subjects or compound subjects, we have to draw two branches like this one. And Daphne, you write Daphne here. And then Teresa. And then another dotted line. Then either or. And then the verb, which is plans. that is the same in diagramming compound verbs. So we run to the corner and caught the mouse. We have run, first verb, and caught another verb. And these are combined using a conjunction and. Now let's have horizontal line and vertical line. So we have here the subject we. So we will write it here. And then the verb is also has two branches. We have run, the first verb, and caught, second verb. Then dotted line, then write the conjunction and. So we run to the corner and caught the mouse. Next we have diagramming sentences with adverbs and adjectives. Take note that these two parts of speech, adjectives and adverbs, are both modifiers. Meaning to say, these words are descriptive words. They describe something or someone. And if you would notice that nouns and verbs are written on a straight line, these modifiers are written in slanted lines below the words they are describing. Example, in this phrase, bright star, we have here star, the noun being described by the word bright. So we're going to write star here, straight line, and then this is described by this word. So we write it in slanted line and right here, bright star. So all modifiers are written on this line and the nouns, the verbs are on straight line. Another example. Her favorite food. So we're gonna write food here. Okay, and then two lines, slanting lines, because there are two adjectives. First is her and favorite. So it needs to be written this way. Now this is for the adverb. In the phrase, extremely strong wind. Now this phrase has two modifiers. Let's write first wind here. Okay. Now, how is wind described? It is strong, right? So we write strong here. Now, extremely here is an adverb describing how strong is the wind. So we cannot write extremely below wind because it does not modify the wind. Instead, extremely here modifies the adjective strong. So we write extremely here. Just below the adjective it describes. So extremely strong wind. And this time we're going to diagram a complete sentence with adverbs and adjectives. Alright, in this sentence, the blue car quickly swerved left. Now it's time for us to draw lines. Divided into two. On this side we have the subject, car, and then the verb, swerved. Next, the car here is described using the and blue. So we write here the determiner the, and then another adjective, blue. So the blue car. Quickly here is an adverb describing the action of swerving. So we're gonna write here quickly. And another modifier that describes swerve is left. Now, this is how we diagram sentences with direct object. So in the sentence, the rain cleaned the street. Analyzing it, we have rain as the subject, the verb is cleaned, and there is the receiver of the action of cleaning. So we have street here as the direct object because the pattern of the sentence is STVDO. So let's analyze. Okay, we have here horizontal line and another vertical line. Rain is the subject, the verb is cleaned, so we're going to write it here, and the object is street. So let's just extend here and let's draw another line that separates the verb and its object. Okay. And since there are determiners or adjectives here, we're going to write it here. The, below the rain, because it describes the rain. Capital letter T, cleaned the street. So another the before street. There you go. We sold oranges and apples. Alright. So we have here horizontal line. I think it's kind of long. Okay, let's just estimate. And then vertical line, the subject is here, we, and then the verb is sold. Now the objects here are oranges and apples. We sold what? So these are the recipients of the action. So we're going to divide it into two branches. But do not forget to put a straight line here to divide the two. We have oranges and apples, then dotted line plus the conjunction that combine the two. We sold, then there's a line here because these are the objects of the verb, oranges, dotted line, and apples. Talking about objects, let's diagram a sentence with indirect object. So an indirect object is the receiver of the direct object. Alright. In this sentence, the artist showed me his artwork. So we have the subject here. Let's analyze. Showed is the verb, transitive verb because there are objects. The artist showed what? His artwork. So this is our direct object. And to whom? Okay? Who received that? Or for whom is that? So me. This is our indirect object. The pattern of this sentence is STVIODO. So how are we going to diagram that? Still write a straight line and then a vertical line and then the subject, artist, and then showed is the verb. And then the line here for the direct object showed what? Artwork. So we write artwork here. And then the extension. And for whom should be below the verb. Because this act of showing is for the indirect objects. We're going to write it here. Me. Okay, so there are adjectives or modifiers. We're going to add the below the artist, capital letter T, and his work. Below artwork, we have his. The artist showed me his artwork. Now, what if what we have after the verb are not objects, but instead we have complement. Complement, or what we know as predicate nominative. The pattern of this sentence is S, LV, this is a linking verb, and then this is the subject complement. Okay, Taylor Swift is the singer in the sentence, and then the singer here is Taylor Swift. This verb links only the subject to its complement. Horizontal line, then vertical line. So Taylor Swift, the subject is here. Taylor Swift. And then the verb is. And then, since this is a subject complement or a word completing our subject, we're gonna write a slanted line here. A line pointing to the subject. And then write singer. Alright. There's an article. Write it below. A singer. Taylor Swift is a singer. In this sentence, I saw the paintings of my favorite artist. We have here STVDO pattern. However, after the object here, paintings, we still have a prepositional phrase. So, let's analyze. I is the subject. Saw is the verb. I saw what? We write a straight line because this is the direct object. Paintings. After our direct object, we still have a prepositional phrase here of my favorite artist. Of is the preposition. This is the object of the preposition. So a preposition of is written here, slanted line, and then straight line of what? The noun is artist. Alright? And we have here two adjectives, my and favorite. Alright. And I almost missed it. There is still a determiner to describe the painting, so we write it here. I saw the paintings of my favorite artist. There you go. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed sentence diagramming with me, Teacher Megan. Although that is not yet done because we still have lots, like with the inclusion of different clauses, verbals, etc. I hope you still wait for the next part of this video. Thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye!